everybody. Hi, I'm Chris Leatham. Welcome to another episode of The Economy and You right here at Think Tech Studios. Today, we're going to talk about fitness. Now, here in Hawaii, fitness is a big deal. I think more than any place I've ever been, fitness is a part of the lifestyle here in Hawaii. And so today, I brought on two really awesome guests. One of them is Garrett Okubo. Welcome to Think Tech Hawaii, Garrett.
Good to be here.
And our other guest is Donta Tanner. Thank you for being here on Think Tech.
My pleasure.
So what we're going to talk about a little bit is sort of since the show is called The Economy and You, what I wanted to do is talk first a little bit about the economy of fitness. And I know both of you are doing very interesting things. And I'll start with you, Garrett. You help folks get back into shape when they've had an injury.
Correct.
Okay, and we talked a little bit before the show about some of the sort of weird and wonderful things that you're working with, because it sounds like you're doing some pretty awesome stuff there.
Yeah.
So why don't you tell us a little bit about what your facilities are, where they are, what they are, and how you sort of got there.
Okay. I've been a PT for 22 years, and I have one facility in Aiea. It's actually at my own house. In Aiea.
Cool.
It's very cozy environment. It's like a party environment where you're not a number. You just come in, everyone's relaxed. And I have another office in Waipahu with a good friend of mine, Dr. Lou Fiatoa. He used to be playing part of the Hawaiians, the professional football team.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, wow,
okay.
that's cool.
Yeah, so he's a really nice guy, real good guy. I'm glad to be working with him. He's been a very good inspiration for me.
Okay, so now how long have you had your facilities?
I had them for 12 years.
For 12 years?
Yeah.
So you've been doing this for a while.
Right.
Okay. And now, Donta, you're sort of new to Hawaii. You're originally from Kansas City?
From Kansas City,
Hoorah.
sure.
Yeah, big Chiefs fan.
Came here about 10 years ago, came to Hawaii. It's kind of hard to leave Hawaii, between the weather
It is.
and the good food and the awesome people.
Now you're sort of a what you call a fitness professional.
Yeah.
And you're also an entrepreneur.
Yes.
And so tell me where you're at these days with what you're doing.
Okay, well, I've been fortunate to spend 20 years in the military, finally retired in 2012.
You look like you're an old man that's retired. You've weathered the storm well.
Thank you very much,
Yes.
So since I've been here, I've had the opportunity to sort of figure out and see what I really wanted to do. And through all of that stuff, when you figure out what you want to be when you grow up, I had the opportunity to follow my passion. And my passion has always been fitness in some regard. Even when I was injured as a child, I relied on fitness to help me out.
Okay.
And throughout all that. So when I was really tasked to answer that question, I certainly gravitated towards fitness and figuring out ways to provide that to other people.
Okay.
And a project we're working on now,
Okay.
I partner with Hawaii Ohana Marketplace. Home. Everyone needs a home, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I partnered with them, actually in a capacity to where I wanted to put my fitness center in their facility.
Okay.
Because I own Hawaii Fitness Center now, which is just a small fitness studio.
It's like a boutique studio?
Yeah, kind of. You come in, we train. I show you how to be better at achieving your fitness needs with the right mechanics, kinesiology and all that kind of cool stuff. So that's what I do there, inspire people on a one-on-one basis. A fitness center, I can be more, I can use more leverage, and I can actually tap into the communities better.
Okay.
Because it's a large thing, and I can actually have people help me do that.
Okay. Now, home is an entity that's set up. Now, your intent with home is to set up a sort of a new mall.
That's right.
And be located in the mall.
Actually, it's going to be its own mall.
It's going to be its own mall.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It's a mall for local businesses.
Okay.
Simply put like that. So our plan is to bring in about 300 vendors. Most of them may be small businesses that are wanting to expand, businesses that want to come out their home and establish a brick and mortar somewhere else.
So this sounds kind of like a sort of how do I want to say, it's like a shared workspace kind of concept?
Well, sort of. We do have a shared...
Or is it micro spaces maybe?
It's kind of like an incubator for small business.
Okay.
We are allowing small businesses not just to succeed, but to thrive. This is an economy to where Hawaii's pretty tough on small businesses and businesses alone. So business often go and they fail because people are really good at what they do, not specifically in regards to marketing, not, they can't afford the best locations. So I partnered with an awesome guy, his name is Chris Ulu, and we're just going to do most of that for him.
Because it sounds like to me what you're really talking about is a mentor type arrangement.
Yeah.
And I think also for you, you've had a few mentors as well.
Oh, yes.
Yeah. So, and that seems to be a great business model for Hawaii, is that we work with other people who have something where they can mentor us, maybe not necessarily on our core business, but on all the things that sort of go along with a business, whether it's social media, whether it's advertising, marketing, finding a space, setting up your accounting, point of sale systems, all these things that are incorporated with that, and somebody sort of holding your hand and getting you through that process and getting set up so you can actually start to generate revenue and find new customers.
That's right.
Yeah. See, that's part of the economy of fitness, right?
Get your customers. Bring them in.
I mean, I believe in, good service will get customers, because Hawaii is a small place, right? So, and you go to any place, you can go to a good restaurant. If it's good, everyone will be knocking at your door. That's one thing about Hawaii versus the mainland.
Right.
In the mainland, there's not a good niche in family, right? In Hawaii, their whole family's going to come to you. So it's very easy to make it in Hawaii.
And they're here.
If you're good at what you do, you'll make it. There's no, you can, so that's one thing I like about Hawaii. It's a great place to thrive in business, and that's what I believe in. If you provide good service, and for me as a physical therapist, my passion was to get people better as fast as they can, so they can go back to their jobs, go back to their their sport, right? It saddens me when I see kids, get hurt in a sport and they go to some place and they're there for like 3-4 months and they never get back to their sport, or a guy who's working has a work comp injury, and he goes to the system where, it drags out for 2 years and he never gets back to his job, and so it kind of saddens me, and that's what which in Hawaii we have to kind of prevent is get good quality service to the public, and let them be aware of, who they're going to. It's almost like it's funny that when your car is bad, right? You take your car to a mechanic, right? If the mechanic says, "Oh, it's your brakes," right, and then after that he says, "Come back tomorrow." Oh, it's not your brakes, it's a steering wheel.
Nickel and dime you.
Okay.
Don't nickel and dime
As a consumer, would you go back
I've
to
never
that
experienced
mechanic?
that in my life. Never.
No,
No,
but if you did, would you go back there again? No, right? You wouldn't go back.
Well, you end up going back there. You think, well, he's replaced almost every part on the vehicle at this point.
Right.
I got a brand new car. Thank you. Yeah.
But unfortunately, that's what happens in the medical community.
Oh, wow.
You'll go see this guy forever, right? And it's like you'd say common sense, like, okay, if it doesn't work here, let's change. Let's make a change.
Well, one of the things too, and I think both of you could speak to this, is that we've also seen a change in young people.
Yeah.
When we were kids, we were out exercising every day. We were going to get the neighbor kids together. We go play kickball or play a game of basketball or something. We just go get the neighbor kids, knock on their door, bring them together. Hey, we're gonna go. Right. These days, everybody's in organized activities, or they're not doing anything in school. I mean, the amount of sports activity or physical activity in school has gone way down. And I think we're also seeing, the effects of that. We're seeing more childhood obesity. We're seeing kids that even in the Marine Corps. I know from the Marine Corps, they had to sort of reduce the amount of stress in the beginning of boot camp because of all the injuries that these young Marines were sustaining, because they didn't grow up being as physically active as kids were as when we were younger. And so I think physical fitness, I think what you're both doing really goes to address that problem.
And certainly with the Hawaii Ohana Marketplace, the reason why we're bringing the reason why they even came to me for a solution with the fitness center was because Chris really wanted to improve the wellness of the communities within Hawaii. So as far as like, he thinks like, if you can help a person have a really good job and be successful at your job and not have you work 3 or 4 different jobs to make ends meet. Here in Hawaii, a lot of families live in one home. If he can create an infrastructure to where you can work your small business, thrive at it, and do very well at it, we're helping the community. And wellness is the whole conglomerate, right? So that's one aspect of it.
Well, and it spins off other opportunities.
Exactly.
When you do well in your business, that spins off other jobs and other opportunities for other folks.
And it's contagious.
Yes.
So my fitness center, he said, you know what? families not only have to make money, earn money, do what they love, follow their passions, and certainly tap into their spirituality, but they also need to move their bodies, and it needs to be convenient. And here in Hawaii, once you park one spot, you don't want to move your car. You want to park and you want to just chill. And so to have a fitness center to where if you own, you know, Realty or Us, you had your spot, you'd be like, oh, you know, I need to take a break. I'm making too much money right now. I need to, you know, go see clients. You can actually get up and go to my fitness center and hook up with one of our trainers and hopefully our new physical therapist over here. You know what I'm saying?
I know anybody.
And fulfill that need, move your body, be more healthy, and that completes that wellness circle.
Yeah. Well, you know, because and the other thing, of course, with physical activity is it's good for your mind.
Yeah.
It helps you refresh. You know, I honestly, last few weeks I've been putting in 12 to 14-hour days, and they're pretty brutal. And so, you know, the need for me to go to the gym and get some fitness and get something going is really an imperative.
Yeah.
Just to keep me sane. So I know for you, with a lot of the things that you deal with, people get sports injuries.
Yeah.
So people are out there doing everything they need to be doing. They're exercising, but sometimes we tend to overdo it, or we're doing something stupid. We slip and fall over a curb. You
did that?
Yes. Did it the other day. Just about nailed the wall. So it was brutal. So they get hurt, and you're working with some pretty interesting stuff now. I mean, you're working with some new technology. And I'd like to talk about that. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and then when we come back, let's talk about this new innovation you have.
Okay.
Sweet.
I'm Chris Leatham, and this is The Economy and You, and we'll be right back. Aloha.
Hi, I'm Donna Blanchard. I'm the host of Center Stage here on Think Tech Hawaii. Center Stage airs every Wednesday at 2 o'clock, and of course you can check out our archives on YouTube or on Think Tech Hawaii anytime you like. Why should you do that? Because this is an arts show that I believe is making a difference in lives. We talk with artists of various ilk. We talk with painters and writers, playwrights, novelists, poets, sculptors, dancers, you name it, directors, actors, of course. And we don't only talk about what people do, but we talk about how they do it. And my favorite part of the conversation, we talk about why they do it. And it's really common on this show to hear people say, wow, I didn't think about it that way. And it's very common to hear people afterwards who have seen the show say the same thing. And I hear all the time that people are inspired by the conversations that we have. So why don't you join us and be inspired too? That's Center Stage on Wednesdays at 2 o'clock. We'll see you Center Stage.
Hey, we're back. Hi, I'm Chris Leatham. This is The Economy and You, and we're talking about fitness. We're talking about the importance of wellness and fitness, and how you bring wellness and fitness into your life and some of the imperatives around that. Today we have two fantastic guests, Garrett Okubo, who is a physical therapist, and Donta Tanner, and you are a fitness professional entrepreneur.
Sir.
Yes. Now, before we went on break, we were going to talk about this new device that you have and how it helps to alleviate pain, not over time, but in fact, quite rapidly.
Correct, yeah.
So tell us a little bit about this exciting machine. Maybe you can even put that brochure up a little bit.
Basically, it's called radial pulse therapy.
Pulse therapy.
Yeah, and this machine, what it does is it breaks up scar tissue. So a lot of times pain comes from scar tissue. So anytime, you know, for example, it's the body's response of protecting itself. You know, for example, if my finger's stretched over here like this, right? You know, here I'm going to get dislocated. So what your body does is it develops scar tissue, which is like glue to prevent it from breaking. Okay. However, that scar tissue that builds up there has pain fibers. So because of the pain fibers, now it's like glue with pain fibers. So when the muscle moves, it can't glide properly, right? And that's what causes pain. So no different from a sprained ankle. You know, with a sprained ankle, they have these. You know, in the sprained ankle, they have the tendons and the scar tissue goes along the tendons.
You know, you mentioned this, and the first thing that comes to my mind is carpal tunnel syndrome.
Yeah,
Carpal,
exactly.
you know, from people today typing or
exactly.
I don't know, what is it? These kids, they get the joystick.
The thumb.
The thumb. Oh my gosh.
Huge muscles on their hands.
Exactly, and you know now, because of the computer age, a lot of people are having their shoulders forward in bad positions typing all the time, right? And now the problem with that is because when your shoulders are forward, you have less stability in your scapular region. So because of this, now all these muscles here is overworked, is being under gravity, it's being overused, right? So it's almost like you're doing this the whole day, and it becomes tight, okay? And that's why when the tendons come tight, it develops scar tissue, and then over time, more repetition goes on, and then you get swelling in there, and then you get the carpal tunnel, right? And before, what my approach to carpal tunnel and any type of upper extremity injuries, or even neck injuries, is basically, how you hold your posture at work.
Right.
Because holding your posture in a relaxed way would cause no tension in your muscles. And you can stay there the whole day, and you, like an athlete,
made us
right? Yeah.
So immediately we're all saying, yes,
we're like no different from an athlete. People think that a desk job is a very simple job. It doesn't there's not that much stress to the job.
Right.
However, if you have to compare your desk job to an athletic event, it'll be like a marathon, because you're there for 8 hours. Like you're running for 8 hours, right? So if you're going to run a marathon for 8 hours, right, you should be really relaxed, right? If you're tense, you're not going to make it.
Exactly.
Right. So if the guy is tense doing this the whole day, he's not going to make it. He's going to be in pain, right?
Or he,
or he gets
carpal
tunnel and whatever.
his keyboard.
Right. Exactly. Right.
Yeah.
So how it works is that the scar tissue builds up when the muscles are all hardened. If you do this for a long time, you'll get the scar tissue in there. If you stay like this for a long time, scar tissue will build up here, and you can't make your arm straight anymore.
So now, what can you do? What does this machine actually do, and how does it work?
Yeah. So this machine, for me, how it works is that it breaks up the scar tissue. So for example, carpal tunnel there's a lot of scar tissue here, okay? And they got numbness, okay, in the fingertips.
Now, is it like an MRI machine? Do you just sort of take this device, a wand? Does it use a wand?
No, actually, it's like a jackhammer.
Oh,
it's like a jackhammer.
Awesome.
Oh, that one.
It's like a mini jackhammer. And what it does it goes on the scar tissue, okay, and it breaks it up, okay. And then when I go along the line, right, just go along this whole line until there's no scar tissue. There's no pain when there's no scar tissue.
Now, do you feel it? Do you feel it? Does it hurt?
Well, the scar tissue when it's mechanically,
Tapping
like a
on your
sonic-
it's tapping there, right? You tapping on the scar tissue.
Right.
There's going to get pain, right? But after it's gone, there's no pain with the tapping.
So is it like how would you compare it to, say, a tattoo? I don't know. I didn't see tattoos, but how does it compare to like the pain from getting a tattoo?
Well, I never got tattoos, so
I can tell you right now.
I'm imagining it's a lot less than a tattoo.
Okay.
Yeah, but
all
it does.
Those people out there, when you say it's tapping away on like a jackhammer.
So I've been using this for a while, for about a month now, and the results that I've been seeing with this, people with carpal tunnel have no numbness within one treatment.
Wow.
Yeah. In fact, I had a lady with a frozen shoulder, okay, about like this. She can only lift up her arm this much, okay? And I did this within 20 minutes of doing the radial pulse therapy on her. She can lift up her arm like this, and in 30 minutes can go all the way.
That's really good.
Now, does this help with nerve damage? Does it?
No, yeah. Well, basically, in the frozen shoulder, you have a lot of scar tissue and adhesion. So mainly, you go to therapy. Therapy usually takes about like 4 to 6 months. If that doesn't work, then you go get a manipulation.
Yeah, that's right.
Right? Okay,
that's right.
And he manipulates you there. After the manipulation, right? You got to go to therapy again.
But that hurts too.
Yeah.
That hurts too.
That hurts too.
Like
and after there's swelling there, and you can lift up your arm there, but it's going to take another month to 2 months, at least a month to get better. Okay, so the whole process in about 7 months, you're going to suffer with a frozen shoulder in 7 months, right? If you come see me, okay,
1 week,
you will suffer for just 20 minutes. And it'll be done.
Let's get it done.
So far, I never had any, with this machine, I never had anybody with an ankle sprain, more than 2 visits.
Wow.
I never had anybody with a frozen shoulder, more than a week.
Okay.
Wow.
All right. Wow, I'm convinced.
Yeah.
I guess I'll have to come.
Man, I want to try that.
And basically, it'll take away any kind of pain that deals with scar tissue. It'll just take it away.
Because a lot of like I know me, I was a runner. I did a lot of running when I was younger, and my knees now, I'm feeling it. I tried using softer shoes. I tried using some sort of a knee brace, but after about 2.5 miles in, it's like all of a sudden I'm limping.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that sounds like this might be something that would provide some relief.
And a lot of times it's due to stability. Okay, so basically, my background is I've been into competitive powerlifting for from 13 years old. You know,
Uh-huh.
all the way up. You know, I was 50 pounds off the world record.
And you're what, like 19 now? So
So you aged backwards.
No, I'm competitive eating right now. Okay, so but anyway, but basically through powerlifting, you know, one thing that you do understand is the aspect of stability.
Right.
Okay, the less stable you are, if you're less stable, the more stress you'll get to your small muscles, your joints, right? If you're more stable, you know, then you get less pain. You know, you're more relaxed, right?
Okay.
Like a runner, right? For you, for example, for you,
uh-huh.
you know, to run a long distance, you have to be pretty stable, right? If you're running like this with your head down, you won't make it. You'll get more pain, back pain, knee pain, everything, right?
Right.
So what I do in my practice is I develop a good program to cause more stability to your hips, you know, your lumbar area, you know, and also your scalp
Now
area.
you're doing that how? With physical therapy?
Yeah, through exercise.
Yeah,
through
through
exercise?
Yeah,
Okay.
so
That's
that's how
another tool in your-
right.
Right.
Yeah, so that's what I used to do
repertoire.
before this tool
Okay.
occurred. You know, if you came to me with say carpal tunnel or whatever, right?
Right.
I would have to train the stability first.
Okay.
So that these muscles here can relax more.
Certainly.
And then what I would do is I would massage it to get the scar tissue out, right?
Now,
Right.
And then you feel better.
No, I have a daughter who's a gymnast.
Okay.
Okay, now she hurt her back in gymnastics.
Okay.
She scorpioned one too many times.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
yeah, very
Right.
painful. If you don't know what a scorpion is, it's the old back bends the
Okay.
wrong
And
way.
my daughter's a gymnast too.
Oh yeah,
I get it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Painful injury. And so it sounds like stability. And a big part of her recuperation or rehabilitation from that was working on her core, developing her core, and building stability that way as
Right.
well.
Yeah. Mhm.
Is that right?
Yeah.
Now you're doing wellness, health and wellness as a big part of your practice.
Yep.
And so maybe you could give us some insight on some of the key areas that you focus on with that.
Well, as a personal trainer, I'm a professional bodybuilder, and IFBB Pro. I said that slow. And basically, I deal with the aesthetics. When I was younger, coming up, going through the military, going through college, I was very athletic. Track, football, things like that. And I just progressed to where I accumulated a repertoire of understanding dynamics, agility, you know, and just fitness overall. So I've come to understand the core, like you were saying, if you can strengthen your core, it's just like a bat. Imagine a baseball player with this wooden bat, right? We're looking at a baseball field right there, I think. So the pitcher pitches, and you hit that ball smack dab right on the sweet spot. But
Okay.
if you have a rubber piece right in the center that gives, well, the ball's not going to go as far. So if you can
Build your core.
build your core, make it very strong, one, you can ask this guy, is going to help your back because your core helps your back stabilize. It takes all the pressure off your back and makes your core a lot better. So I basically deal with a lot of other things, but a lot of my clients are coming to me because they see a lot of my my performances online and things like that. They want to get that six-pack. They're ready to get shredded. They're ready to get ripped.
I have a wish pack.
You want a six-pack?
I have a wish pack. I wish I had a six pack.
Yeah.
No, but but it's all about bringing it all together. You're different. You guys are different. We're different. Everyone's different. So it's all about meeting your clients where they are, seeing where they are, and helping them to determine. They know where they want to go, but you are the person that's coming in there to determine what's feasible and how slow or how fast we can take that process. And that's what I do. And so far, I do a one-on-one training.
Yes.
And I'm eventually going to do it to where I'm training other trainers to do it in my fitness center. And
But you also work on dietary aspects of this too. I mean, if you overeat and
Oh,
you're
yeah.
working out all the time,
Yeah,
it's still going to be hard to get the six pack, right? So somewhere in there, you
Yeah.
actually have to work on your nutritional
Certainly,
aspect of health.
nutrition comes in there big time, and certainly people should certainly go to a professional to seek guidance for their particular nutritional needs. But I've aligned myself with a company. It's called I Do Nutrition. I'm a professional athlete. I still compete today. As a matter of fact, I have a competition May the 7th in San Diego.
In San Diego.
In San Diego. But so I look for natural products that's going to help me in particular perform my best. I'm 42 years old. So therefore, I have to be as efficient as possible and as effective as possible because I compete with people that are a lot younger than I am.
Mm-hmm.
So what ID Nutrition does, well, ID Life is the company. They're a company for, it's a wellness and fitness company who happen to have the top of the line supplements. But what I like best about them is because they don't tell me, okay, take this if you want to be shredded. Take this if you want to have more lean muscle mass. They have you take this assessment. It's a health assessment that takes into consideration your goals, your family background, your personal background, the medications you're taking, how much you weigh, how much sun you get, your diet. You're putting this in this assessment. And what it does, it identifies your nutritional gaps. And that's key.
That's key. Like, for example, a lot of people don't have enough zinc. In the wintertime,
especially
you're
guys,
much more likely to get sick. Because you don't have enough zinc in your system.
Right. So instead of like a cookie cutter thing, like for me to walk into a nutritionist store and ask someone, okay, my goal is this, what should I take? They're going to tell me something, right? But did they have me step on the scale? That one, you know. So basically, this company, first of all, I'm not sponsored by anyone. I'm a professional athlete. I'm not sponsored by anyone. But I gravitated towards this company because they help you design your life. And it's specifically about you and your nutritional goals and your fitness and health goals. So certainly check us out.
Okay.
ID Life.
ID Life is the name of the
ID
company?
Life.
ID Life.
Individually designed.
Oh, I see. That's what it comes with ID Life.
ID,
Okay.
yeah.
All right. Well, it sounds like you guys are both this is a big part of your life. Now, when there's, one of the things I want to talk about too is that people do get injured.
Yeah.
And the risk of injury, depending upon the sports that you're doing, are sort of coincide. Whether you're jumping out of airplanes or you're doing taekwondo or aikido or something like this.
Yeah.
Are there things that people could be doing preventatively to keep from injuring themselves so much? I mean, there's certain exercise or things that they can do to mitigate some of their injuries.
Certainly. I could comment on that. For example, if you're a baseball pitcher, right, what exercise should you do? It's basically the opposite of what you're doing, is how you stabilize it more. So a lot of pitchers, their motions are all going this way, right? So you need to do exercises to go this way.
Oh.
To counterbalance the forces going this way.
Yeah.
So a lot of times, you do bench presses. If you're a pitcher, doing bench presses, doing this kind of stuff, right? It's going to put more strain on your shoulder, and then by the time you pitch, you'll be you'll be gone. So what I do is I strengthen up the antagonist muscles.
Yep.
That way you're more stable back there.
Right.
And then when you do throw, you're stable while you're throwing.
Makes
and
sense.
you'll get more
Yeah.
force.
Yeah.
The more stable,
Okay.
obviously, the more stable you are, you get more force out of it.
That's right. That's right.
For powerlifting, right? You have to be stable to lift 4 times your body weight.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah.
And that's how.
Yeah, unstable lifters are scary, man.
Exactly.
I'm sorry, man. I
No,
watched
they're
that guy.
injured. That's what they are. They're injured.
I've seen some videos.
Right. Yeah. So
not
you have to be
pretty
stable
sight.
to lift that much weight.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's why I'm glad that my dad actually got me into weightlifting. I was a swimmer before.
Oh, look at that.
And I used to love swimming. I used to love it. And however, my dad was a fireman, and so he always used to tease me that I used to swim all the time. He never came to my meets, And so and people used to tease me, like, oh, you're swimming, and then he used to train people at the fire station, and so. I got so tired of being teased. I said, "That's it. I'm gonna go lift weights and show these guys.
Okay,
I'm gonna
that's
give them a
awesome.
2 piece of mind." Right?
Well, we're gonna take a quick break. We've got our last break to do, and then we'll come back. And we'll talk a little bit more about preventing injuries.
Okay,
Cool.
And
I'll do my dynamic.
Okay, when you're dynamic. All right, so I'm Chris Leatham. This is The Economy in You, and thank you for watching. We'll be right back. Aloha.
Here's the deal. I'm Jay Fidel. I'm the host of Hawaii, the State of Clean Energy, which is the Energy Policy Forum's program on Wednesday. That's how we call Wednesday Energy Wednesday. We call it Energy Wednesday every Wednesday. Are you surprised? Okay, and we try to get guys like Jim Alberts here from Hawaiian Electric who can tell us what's really going on in energy. We want to be informed. It's so important. It's the most important initiative in our state. Clean energy is major, okay? And that's why we cover it on this show. That's the deal. What do you think, Sharon?
I think that's great. That's why we're here every Wednesday from 4 to 5, and we hope you all join us so we can hear people like Jim coming on our show and co-host Ray Starley from Hawaii Energy.
Okay, Jim, you've been here today. You've seen this. You heard what she said. What do you think?
I think it's a tremendous opportunity for people to come together and talk about the issues. Oftentimes, there isn't a good forum to bring these key issues out into the public, and this is a tremendous way to go about it. And the activity of this show is essential to keep talking about energy because, as you said, it's such an essential part of our lives that we need to pay attention to it and we need to think about the future.
Okay, Ray, your turn.
Well, this is a special time in the history of Hawaii where we're making some pretty radical changes in the way we use energy and generate energy. And this show is the one place you can count on coming to every Wednesday and hearing something about the latest issues that are on the table, being discussed, that will affect us all going forward. So come join us, and if you have some ideas you want to share with us about energy, give us a call and let us know. We'll put you up here and let you talk for an hour. So come see us.
Thanks, Ray. Thanks, Sharon. Thanks, Jim. It's great to be, from Think Tech's point of view, it's great to have this show. We love the show. It's our most important show. So come around and listen to us 4 to 5 on Wednesday. Thanks a lot. Bye.
Aloha.
And we're having a really great time on the commercial break here. We just got told to save it for the show, so that's what we're going to do. Hi, I'm Chris Nathan. Welcome to The Economy and You. Today we have Garrett Okubo and Donta Tanner, both are physical fitness professionals. And so we're talking about the core, and we're talking about the importance of developing your core, but also understanding the various dynamics surrounding, building that six-pack and how to do that. And you were talking about how, like with weightlifters, rather than bring it in, you push it out.
Correct.
Yeah.
But you wear the big fat belt.
Right, correct.
Is that why heavy weightlifters look like they got big fat bellies?
Yeah, and that's why they wear the belt, so that they're
Because
pushing
it ain't that sexy.
No, but they're more stable.
They're stable, but they're stable.
That's why they can lift a lot of weight.
And I know I've told my daughters a million times, look for the guy who's stable.
That's a different meaning.
So when they bring home a big guy with a big belly,
That's one stable guy.
He's not hungry either.
he said, Daddy's stable.
So the perspective I was coming from, a lot of my clients come to me and they're ready to get shredded.
Yes.
They're ready to get those abs, right? So they might ask about, show me some ab workouts, show me some core workouts. Well, abs are made in through cardio and in the kitchen. So for functionality, you can certainly strengthen your core doing different exercises, depending on if you have any elements. That's why they fill out their health questionnaires if they have any back issues or anything like that. There's certain core exercise that you shouldn't do if you have back issues. You have isometric, you have the spinal flexion type of deals.
Okay.
So I address that first. I say, okay, let's get your core strength, but your goal, what they're trying to tell me is they want their abs to look better.
Right. That means no more over buttered popcorn.
So if you want to eat the donut,
yes,
eat the part in the middle.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's not quite as tasty, that part.
Ain't no calories in that one. No, but certainly you definitely have to. It's making sure that your caloric intake, that you're expending more energy that you're taking in, so you can tap into those fat stores.
Yes.
And as you were talking about earlier, I want to address that also. You're talking about how to prevent injury.
Yes.
And how we do it in athletics and in my line is we do it through dynamic stretching. When you are going to perform a activity, let's say for instance you're going to run track or you're going to play football, you need to do it dynamically. You need to start slow, put your body in those positions, touch your toes, move those toes, move in the positions that you will be moving in when you go full speed, and gradually get up to that point to where you can move full speed without injury. You need to heat your body up. And in order to do that effectively, that takes a lot of energy to do that. A lot of kids, a lot of adults were like, man, I'm saving it for the game. Because it's so exhausting.
Yeah,
so
that's a workout. It's a workout before the
Warming up
workout.
is a workout.
Yeah.
So you have to
Right.
get fit enough. If you want to be really good at that sport, be fit enough to go through the dynamic warm up. And in order to do that, you have to make sure that your nutrition's right. Like I was injured a lot in high school. Man, I wish I would have listened to this guy a long time ago. Got some of my scar tissue knocked out. But my nutrition wasn't the best. I wasn't doing those antagonistic type of workouts to where you have to, either I pull a quad because my hamstrings were too tight, or I pull a hamstring because my quads were too tight, and my nutrition wasn't the best. So now we have a lot of smart people out there. People like this guy, you have other professionals that are doing their job really well.
I'm going to give a caveat to that because I grew up in Kansas City too, and I know the Kansas City diet is meat, potatoes, corn.
Barbecue.
Barbecue, and I'm telling you, it may not be healthy, but man, it's good.
Hey,
it's so tasty, yeah.
Have a smile on our face.
So I'm going to give you a pass on the diet. So there's no change in the Kansas City diet.
It's too good.
Yeah, it is. So these are good points, and I think when we go forward, and one of the things is educating young people, educating people who are working out. One of the things is I grew up doing martial arts. I started at the age of 11. I competed internationally. Wow. And I trained in different places, and depending on where I was training, they had a very different philosophy about working out, about stretching and getting started. I found it much more regimented in Japan than I did in the United States. It was sort of like in the United States, it was just like let's get at it.
Right.
In Japan, they spent much more time warming up and had a really well-defined regiment for before we ever actually started doing a more physical workout.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So I think part of this is also goes to education, and I think of course with the access to the internet. We have the ability to do that either through videos, and I do notice, a lot of people don't really read. If there's a lot of content on a website, they don't really read it. They just sort of scan it. And we're getting completely spoiled today because now we want a video for everything. Is that right? I mean, there's an app or a video for it. So if we want to know how to stretch or do these kinds of things, we're going to go to YouTube or somewhere like that and look and see if we can find a video that shows us how to do it. And so now I know you both are doing things online.
Yeah.
Right. So you have a website.
Yes.
And what does your website talk about, or what does it address?
Well, my website is it's Donta, spelled D-O-N-T-A.
D-O-N-T-A.
My mother, it's D-O-N-T-A.
Did your mother do that to you too?
She said it's unique.
Yeah. My mother did that to me
I'm
too.
unique.
She gave me a unique name.
So it's Donta.idlife.com. And what it entails is if you go on there and you take your health assessment, it opens up this opportunity to where you go to the ID wellness area, and it's going to give you whatever your goals are, whatever you put in there for you, your parameters.
So you can actually put all your parameters right in there on your website.
Yeah.
Just me, I could do that.
It's actually going to make a avatar of your gorgeous face.
Yeah.
It's going to have your body in there.
There is no copying this face. I tell you, nobody has made an avatar that could do this face justice.
So to have your body in there, your weight, your body fat percentages, and it'll say, okay, what are your goals? And then it's going to give you workouts according to your goals. All this is free. And also, not just your workouts, but it's going to give you a timeline to achieve your goals. It's also going to give you a meal plan, a nutrition plan to accommodate that, as well as you hit print, it's going to print out a grocery list.
Okay. Wow.
So that you can actually, right?
Yeah. Okay, so I can turn my wish pack into a 6-pack.
Your wish pack can be a 6-pack.
All right, that's great.
Big
That's
time.
awesome.
So that's the premise of it, and
Okay.
they, of course, they make money doing it. They are going to suggest some of the supplements that's going to help you get there. You have the ID Nutrition that completes your nutritional gaps, and then you have the different supplements. The different supplements that people take to enhance their performance or to repair faster.
Okay.
The BCAAs, the proteins, they have that as well. But it's all recommendation to achieve your goal. So it's a great place to go to.
That just makes it so easy, doesn't it? I mean, that really makes it so simple for somebody to go on and do these things because we pay. I mean, I don't know about you, but I mean, when I have to pay for a personal trainer.
Right.
I want to pay for my personal trainer the least amount of hours
We
that I
are
absolutely
we are
need.
expensive.
Yes.
Right. Right.
I want to get in there. I want to learn what I need to know, and okay, that's it. You know, I want to. Then I want to go do it on my own for a while. I may
Right.
come back again, but that's because I'm trying to add something new
Right.
to my
Right.
skill set. You know, yeah.
Yeah.
You're going
Now-
there to be better.
Yes, that's right. That's
Yeah.
right. Now,
Yeah.
with your stuff, you have this device, and you have other equipment that you're working with as well.
Well,
or-
you know, I have basically a lot of traction units for disc bulge patients. You know, my whole equipment in IAEA, we got, you know, Whirlpool, we got the whole gamut, you know. We do have also a massage therapist to loosen up a lot of tight muscles and stuff like that too. So, you know, basically, you know, the new thing now that I have, which is the radiotherapy, it's bringing the healing rate so much more faster than it did before. You know,
Gotta
before
try
I would take maybe like 3 weeks to get something
Now,
better.
how does somebody find you? How do they
Oh.
get a hold of you if they
Okay.
want to reach out to you and talk with you?
Yeah, I have a website with PT on the go. You know,
It's called what?
PT on the go Hawaii.
PTOnTheGoHawaii.com?
Yeah, .com. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Cool.
And
Yeah.
then do you have a phone number where they can reach you at?
It's 258-2125 is my phone number.
258
2125.
2125. So all of you out there that need to grab a pencil real fast. Okay. He said that really quick, you know. So okay. And then Donta, how do people get a hold of you and talk with you about their fitness goals?
They can call me. My phone number is 808-342-6500 or 6500.
One more time.
808-342-6500.
6500. Okay, that's awesome.
Yeah.
And what's your availability? Are you generally available 9 to 5 or?
Well, go to my website. I am a full-time MBA student, so I'm,
Okay.
you know, HPU's making me work hard for this degree. So go to my website. I certainly have a team of people helping me out in this effort, and you come to me with your health and fitness needs, we'll surely accommodate you.
Awesome, awesome.
Yeah.
Well, thank you both for being on Think Tech Hawaii and being on The Economy and You. It was great having you. This was really a fun show for me.
I'm glad.
We had a great time.
Let me take my jacket off right quick.
Well, thank you again. Thank you both of you. Thank you for being
Hey,
on the
thank you
show.
so much.
Hi, this is Chris Seatham. I'm with The Economy and You, and thank you for watching today's show, and we'll see you again next week. Aloha.